What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity? I hope you guys are doing well. Today I want to talk about the changes that are coming to Microsoft's Game Pass, as they recently announced new tiers and costs associated with each tier, and oh boy, did it cause some frustration for the gaming community. And it's unfortunate because if you're a gamer now, regardless of if it's a service like Game Pass, a console, a game itself, or in-game purchases, it feels that at every single corner you're getting gouged, you're getting nickel and dimed, and there's no reprieve anywhere you look. Very, very frustrating and disappointing. And it seems as if every single company is looking at gamers and trying to cash in off of them. And Game Pass is doing the same. Now, I want to be completely transparent and honest with you guys from the get-go. I am a Game Pass subscriber. I do enjoy the service. As a result of the service, I was able to find a game that I fell completely in love with, which is Dead by Daylight. Really love that game, play it a ton. In addition to that, my friends and I were able to connect on Xbox Live and download the same games to play once or twice a week. Games like Payday or Golf with Friends or whatever it might be. Games that we wouldn't go out and personally buy, but because we had access to them on Game Pass, we tried them out and played a night or two together. I like that experience. I like what Game Pass offers. I don't like the prices associated with this. Now, unfortunately, this was always going to be the path that Xbox went down. They were always going to increase the prices for Game Pass. Look at what they've been doing. They've been buying up studios left and right, whether it's studios like Bethesda or Activision. They're interested in buying these studios so they can port the stuff onto Game Pass so that they can get more subscribers. And then they decided to go to Nintendo and Sony and offer both of those platforms access to Game Pass. Now, only Nintendo took them up on this offer, PlayStation didn't. But now you look and wow, all these other people now have access to Game Pass. It is in their best interest to make more money off of this. Because as much as we'd love Microsoft to be a charity or a business that doesn't care about money, they are. They have to continue to fill everyone's pockets with as much money as possible, regardless of what it does to this industry. And for years, both Microsoft and Sony have been getting a lot of flack from gamers for charging for online services, something that PC doesn't have. Still don't really understand the reason behind it. Maybe you can let me know with a comment down below why that's the case, but they've always had these subscription costs. I mean, I bought Xbox Live for years. It wasn't cheap. It was actually kind of price gougy, but regardless, I still bought it every single year. And when Game Pass was introduced, it felt like a very nice service. Not only do I get access to online, but I get an access to this catalog of games. Now, I'm not going to try every game out, but I'll try some out here and there, and I don't have this cost of acquisition, cost to acquire the game. I can just play it because I'm already subscribed. So yeah, it's a couple extra dollars a month, but oh well, I'm already paying for the service to play online. I might as well get some games out of it as well. Really good service. And unfortunately, as time's gone on, they've acquired more and more games, and the price has inflated, to the point to where we're at now. Where Game Pass Core gives you online access and select back catalog games for $10 a month, or $75 annually. Now, this seems like a nice, cost-effective tier. The problem with this tier is you get no day one games. Who knows what the select back catalog games are going to be, and you don't really get any perks. This is your original, I'm paying to access online. I don't love that. I don't love that for Xbox players. I mean, you're already spending, what, $600-700 on a console? Now you don't get any access to games on day one. Seems a little price gougy. That's the way I feel here. Then you have the PC Game Pass, where you get new games day one for $12 a month. I don't hate this necessarily. It doesn't really talk about catalog games, but games like Call of Duty, for instance, you'd have access to it day one for $12 a month. I'm not really sure if this is cost effective or not, considering the fact that if you're only playing a game like Call of Duty, or Madden, for instance, it doesn't really make sense to pay a monthly subscription just to access one game. It would work if you were accessing multiple, but for one game, it seems quite steep. Now we hop into Game Pass Standard, which is for Xbox, where you get online access, a back catalog, no games day one, and that's $15 a month. So for an extra $5 a month, you just get a back catalog of games, but no day one games. For $5 extra. I don't know anybody that's buying this. Part of the nice thing that was introduced to Game Pass recently was the fact that you could access games day one. Removing that and charging $15 is insane to me. Now, obviously, this back catalog is going to include games from Bethesda and Activision, and that's great, but it's $15 a month, man. Might as well just upgrade to $20 a month, which is, I think, what they're trying to do. They're either going to get you on Game Pass Core or Game Pass Ultimate, and Ultimate is online, new games day one, back catalog, and EA Play. Now, that EA Play thing is kind of a nice touch, nice little add-in for $20 a month. And this is probably the most cost-effective tier, but still, all of this seems to be pricey. At the end of the day, you're going to spend $240 a year on Game Pass. That's the question you have to ask yourself. Is it going to be more expensive for you to access games monthly, or more expensive for you to just buy games outright? And that's the pros and cons you have to weigh here with Game Pass Ultimate. Now, for Xbox users, it's a bit of a tougher sell because you already have to spend at least $10 a month to get online access. So if you want games day one, you look at it as an additional $10 a month to be able to access games day one. That, I think, is easier to stomach for people, because that's basically the cost of 2 video games. Worth it. But if you're a PC player, I don't really see any purpose of having Ultimate if you can just get the PC Game Pass, because you're not paying for online. There's no point. And EA Play, really, what does it matter? That's the way I look at it. But all of these changes to me show a changing of the times and where gaming is going to be in a few years. Because you think these prices are going to stay stagnant? Oh, heavens no. These tiers will continue to rise in cost, and they'll probably decrease in quality of what they deliver. I mean, look what's happening in the streaming world right now. We have ad-supported tiers for streaming services. We have costs that never seem to be going down. And the content that is delivered is nowhere near what it used to be. And that's my fear for Game Pass, is it'll go the direction of Amazon or the direction of Netflix, where we seem to be getting a decrease in quality, but an increase of price. So that's what I want to leave you guys with. I don't really love this. I still think it's asinine to be charging people to access online in 2024. In addition to that, I feel that these costs are only going to pile on to what gamers already have to deal with. And this isn't anything that is good for the industry moving forward. It's good for Microsoft because they've got millions of people that are going to pay for this. And it's good for them because they've done a good job of creating a great catalog. But it's not great for us that have to continue to play it. So it's frustrating from that perspective. But that's all I wanted to talk about in this video today, guys. A little bit disappointing. Obviously, the costs going up. And trust me, like I said, they're going to continue to go up. But I'd love to hear your thoughts about it down below in that comment section. So if you just let me know what you think of the new changes to Game Pass, I'd love to hear from you. And I'll talk to you guys next time. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button.